Greetings and fair tidings. This is the beginning of a great story. This is the tale of the Solijad Khanate, a people, a community, united by loyalty and brotherhood, bound in blood and gold, forged in the heat of battle. Our tale today is one of new beginnings, the start of what is to come. Stoneworks Minecraft, a server known for many things, chief amongst them, nations. The world is covered in them, groups of people working together to achieve their goals. World domination, wealth, power, and more. Today, we will carve out our place in this unique ecosystem of warring nations, alliance networks, mercenaries, and guilds. Let us begin. Our story begins in a small encampment on the hills overlooking the orc town of Trakal. A small tribe, a displaced people, had gathered on this land. Cast out from their previous home, driven from their shores, by forces unknown. This was the beginnings of the Solijad, known then as the Sovajal, led by their Khan, Ijavir. They had landed here just days ago, and already they would be faced with an issue. The orcs of Trakal, under the kingdom of Famunda, laid claim to this land. They too seemed worse for wear. The orcs of Trakal, the people of Famunda, were once powerful, now reduced to ruin. Their clan had lost almost everything. Their people were dying, devastated by plague and conflict surrounding nations. The Khan of the Solijad felt almost kindred to these people. They had lost everything. Their king, Urolrag-Orak, I can't pronounce that well, was one of the two remaining of that clan. It was a sad sight for Khan Ijavir to behold. Could this have been him under different circumstances? The people he had left with had just barely survived, so few in number, but they were a tribe, small but a family. It was decided they should meet with the Orcish king, speak to him, perhaps strike up a deal so their peoples may perhaps someday prosper together. Khan Ijavir rode into Trakal alone, and there he found the old king farming the land with the last of his people, trying to survive on what was left. The negotiations were strenuous. The people of Famunda were proud but broken. Their gods gone, their tribe devastated, their people mocked by outsiders. But together, we found common ground and began to dig. Both our peoples had endured hardship. Both our peoples were lesser than when we began, but we fought on regardless. I still can't pronounce this name right. Urol-Agorak. Oh God, the Orc King knew his people must survive, and the best way to do so would be to band together with other survivors. In the coming weeks, the Sovajal would openly trade with the orcs. In time, we would share resources and land, farms would be open to all, and food given freely. The two people came together and began to truly live again. The bond between king and Khan would grow, and eventually, Urol-Agorak would call Ijavir to his throne room. Urol-Agorak would tell his friend of how he tired of the burden of rulership, envoys from afar coming to pester and mock him, the pain of looking over a land and seeing nothing but the ashes of what once was. He asked Ijavir to take his throne. He handed him the crown and told him to rule as a great king, to rule what remained of his kingdom. But the Khan, Ijavir, refused. A new leader would be appointed from the Orcish population, but none would wear the crown again. In these times, the people came to prosper under a joint council of Khan Javir and the Keg Khalid, leader of the new Orcish faction. Their identity had changed vastly. Their gods, the Orcish gods, lost to them. All but one, the great boar, Ogudai, now revered as a god of blood, demanding sacrifice, a warped version of his former self. He was accepted into the Solijad pantheon. The Sovajal had worshipped Yasut and Sarthoth, the horse and the owl, for as long as any can remember. The great boar was naturally adapted and assimilated into their culture. Ijavir had grown old and wise, serving as the Khan of his people. Yet his vital role in these early days was not yet over. Soon from the south came the Mohadi, a group of nomadic refugees from their world of Eldom. Eldom had long fallen, and they had been traveling ever since, rejected and turned away by all. They landed at Turak Trakal, and Ijavir and the Keg of the Ugudai clan rode out to meet them. They would be greeted by Nar, the leader of the Mohadi. They were simply searching for a home, and after a small council, Ijavir granted them a plot of land within Turak Trakal, and they were welcomed with open arms. Not long after Nar and the Mohadi's arrival, Ijavir would pass to the ancestral realm to live among his ancestors in honor for his service to his people. He would be replaced by Ujun of the Sovajal, who would take his title as Khan and leader of the Sovajal people. Ujun was young but wise, the son of Ijavir and now elected leader of the Sovajal through their tribal council. He was an experienced and powerful warrior in his youth. He had led raids across the continent of Tiberia, serving as a mercenary alongside his elite Soli outriders. Only in recent days had he and his warband returned, mere months before his father's death. The young leader was hopeful, and the night of his ascendancy to Khan, the high shaman visited him. She gave him the wine of Sarthoth and the mead of Yasut, divine drinks of great power, and so he drank, and so he slept. In his dreams they came to him. In the darkness, power and light, from the wellspring of nothing, came a horse and an owl. The gods had visited him that night. Sarthoth whispered of plans upon plans, schemes upon schemes, all to bring their people out of the dark. Yasut bellowed his calls to glory, his calls to power, pushing the young Khan onwards, encouraging him to take the next step. Together, they cried out with the voices of all the ancestors. Unite the lost. Ujun would gather all the people of Turak Trakal, the orcs of Clan Ogudai, the Mohadi, the Sovajal, and he would speak. Our peoples have for too long faced hardship. Kings and lords direct our hands to slaughter each other. Entire civilizations have been laid to ruin and dust for naught but greed. Thousands die for lines on a map. I have seen it in my travels. Our people have been devastated by these power-hungry squabbles for generations. No longer. Allow me to become your Kagan. Lead yourselves as you have been. Allow your rulers to become Khans under my banner, our banner. Let me lead you to paradise. The gods will it. I have seen it. A narrow path forward, a hard path, but a righteous one. The gods have called to me. They call to me now. I hear them. This is what we have been waiting for our entire lives. The gods have chosen me. They have shown me what we must do, and we must heed their word. Under Sarthoth, under Yasut, under Ogudai, let us become one. Alone, we are weak, a backwater they will conquer without a second thought. Only together can we stand against the coming storm. Only together shall we reach paradise. Follow me, Nar of the Mohadi, Tol Ata, revered Keg of the Ogudai clan. Become my Khans, my people, Sovajal, Mohadi, followers of Ogudai. Follow me and allow me to serve you as your Kagan. Let me lead you against the storm. Allow me to lead our people to paradise. And so, the independent peoples of Turok Trakal were dissolved, and to the tune of thunderous applause, the beating of spears on the ground, and the victorious yells of all gathered, the Solijad Khanate was born. Long may it reign. The factions were reorganized into clans and tribes. Their leaders swore fealty to Ujun, the new Kagan of their people. The history of the Khanate is still being written to this day on the server Stoneworks Minecraft. Our histories are nowhere near over. In fact, our history is just beginning. Join the Solijad Khanate today. Lead a tribe, build a great legacy, become wealthy among the tribes, ascend the ranks in government, and fight wars alongside the Soli Outriders. Join our Discord via the link below and forge your own story at the IP play.stoneworks.gg.